So here's an issue. What happens when the size at which you want to draw a texture is different from the size the texture actually is? For instance, this center image is the actual size of the GigaGal texture. That's 1 pixel in the texture is 1 pixel on the screen. But we have two very different ways of drawing GigaGal at 6 times her normal size. The way we choose the color of the extra pixels that are added when we scale up a texture is called filtering. On the left, we're using nearest neighbor interpolation. That is to say that we just pick the nearest pixel in the original image to figure out what color to color a new pixel. Over here, we're using linear filtering, which uses a linear combination of the nearby pixels to select a new color, basically averaging. Now, in most cases, especially if you're only making the texture a little bit bigger, linear filtering will tend to preserve more detail, but it's also a little bit more costly from a graphics point of view. However, since all the textures for GigaGal are in this pixel art style, we'll be using nearest neighbor interpolation or nearest neighbor filtering for most of this class. libgdx provides a third type of filtering called mipmapping, and that is where it pre-computes a bunch of versions of the texture at different scales. This is most useful when the size of a texture is going to be changing dramatically over the course of a game, which mostly happens in 3D applications, so we're not going to worry about it here.